is no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Time again for the Underdog Show, starring that champion of champions, Underdog.
When criminals in this world appear and bring the laws that they should fear and frighten all who see or hear, the cry goes up both far and near for Underdog. 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 Speed of lightning, roar of thunder, fighting all who love or plunder. Underdog. Underdog.
Way down yonder in New Orleans, plans for the famous Mardi Gras festival were being made. Our story opens at the committee meeting to select a king to rule over the festivities.
Very well, gentlemen. It's been decided that this year we will have a real king. Yeah, not just a man dressed like a king, but a real, genuine, blue-blooded royal highness. Now, the question is who? How about Henry or Schnitzelbank? Too fat? How about George the 28th, king of whatchamacallit? Too old. How about King John of Midas? Too expensive. How about Leonardo or Bongo Congo? He'd be a king like no king we ever had before.
Some days later, there appeared at the court of that kingly king the delegation from New Orleans. It didn't take King Leonardo long to make up his mind, which is the mark of a true king.
I'll do it. Odie, take a proclamation.
And it wasn't long before the whole of Bongo Congo knew about the king's invitation.
Man, that square is all of luck. Take this, Big. King Leonardo to rule over New Orleans Mardi Gras. His Royal Highness plans an extensive tour of United States, starting with a sightseeing trip down to Mississippi.
What's that?
It says here, my royal brother is going to ride down New Orleans in a riverboat.
That's it. Start packing, funnelhead. You and me are going to take the same boat.
Gee, Big, what's with this boat bit?
The old Mississippi's a long river, see? And someplace between Natchez and Mobile, your royal brother's going to get Biloxi'd.
Okay, Big, I dig.
Several days later, the King and Odie were on their way to New Orleans on the good ship Muddy Bell.
Captain Sternwheel Jackson at your service, huh?
Oh, Captain Sternwheel Jackson, you say? Well, now, how do you do? Odie, that name sounds familiar.
Yes, sire. It is an old American name.
Here come your fellow passengers, Bascom Branchwater, a southern gentleman of the old school, and Frenchy La Shuffle, the notorious riverboat gambler.
I'm honored, sir.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Well, now that we're all acquainted, let me show you around the boat.
This is what Biggy and Itchy had been waiting for, and they lost no time in putting their evil plans to work. No sooner had King Leonardo turned his back on the huge paddle wheel than Biggy and Itchy picked up the edge of the king's royal cloak and put it in the path of the huge paddles.
Help! It's got me! A river monster's got me! Help! I'm being eaten alive!
Pull ahead back! You stop the presses! Mark the twain! You hold! You desist!
Luckily, quick-thinking Odie Cologne rushed to the controls and quickly reversed the engines to set the king free. Free as a bird. But Biggy and Itchy were determined to keep the king from reaching New Orleans. So it was that he had one accident after another. Cargo fell on him. Ladders disappeared before his very feet. But to no avail. In Biggy's cabin, the two villainous villains decided on desperate measures.
All right, now, this is Biggy talking, see? We're through fooling around. You're gonna fight a shooting duel with his royalness. Legal-like.
You mean with guns and all at the bang-bang jazz? Man, I'm for you. You could shoot a cool duel, Big, but I'd be a flat cat. Oh, no, man, I could not.
Don't get chicken with me, or I'll have you southern fried, see? I'm the boss here, see? Besides, this won't be exactly a fair duel. Get it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Big, now I dig.
What is Biggy's plan? Will Itchy actually shoot King Leonardo? Will King Leonardo ever get to be king of the Mardi Gras? We'll find out in our next exciting episode, Bayou Blues.
that, Tiger? Tennessee Tuxedo chosen police chief for Megapolis Zoo. I'm the guy they should have chose for that job.
Maybe so, Jerry boy. But the only way you all might get the job now is if there's lots of crime in the zoo, and Tennessee can't catch the crook.
That's it. We'll pull some robberies that'll make Tennessee look like a jerk. Then they'll have to put me in charge of the police force. Come on.
And soon things began to disappear. A monkey trapeze was stolen. Elephant trunks were stolen. Beaver teeth were stolen. And finally, all the zoo citizens were angry at Tennessee Tuxedo.
Hold everything! You can count on me to catch that crook. Tennessee Tuxedo will not fail. All right, men. I have set a trap for the crook. The bait will be this piggy bank. We'll put the piggy bank on this seesaw board, and I'll stand guard.
What do we do, huh, Tennessee?
I'm getting to that. When I see the crook step on this seesaw board, I'll whistle like this. Then, Yak, you cut this rope, which drops a rock onto the other end of the seesaw board.
And that old crook will go zooming through the air.
And he'll land in this net. Baldy cuts the net rope and...
And the crook in the net falls into this chute.
He slides down the chute into this wooden crate where Chumley...
I nail on the lid of the crate, and we'll have the crook.
That's it, men. Now get to your stations.
Oh, boy. That trap will never work in a million years.
Don't be ridiculous, Jerboa. This trap is foolproof.
Oh, yeah? Well, suppose you just show me how it works.
Okay, wise guy. When I see the crook step up here to get the piggy bank like this, then I just whistle like this. Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Look at that. The police chief caught in his own trap.
You better get to work, Tennessee! Hang on, action! Get a real police chief! Learn how to run a police force.
Come on, Chumley. We better sneak out of here. We need help from Mr. Whoopi.
So, they've selected you as chief of police for inside the zoo, eh, Tennessee? Oh, yeah. Well, now, what seems to be your chief problem? Get it? I always like this.
We just want to know how a real police force operates, Mr. Whoopi.
All right. Let's take a look at our three-dimensional blackboard. Now, a police force may only be one man, such as a sheriff in a small town, or it may be thousands of men in a large city like New York.
We only got 4 men, counting us 2.
Yes, well, large police forces are organized into several divisions, such as the detective division or the communications division. But the real backbone of any police force is the uniform division.
The real backbone, eh? Well, that sounds like us. Make a note of that, Chumley. The first thing we need is uniforms. Now, how does this uniform division operate?
Well, the policeman makes his rounds either in a police car or on foot. He performs many services, giving directions to strangers or helping citizens in distress. But mainly, his job is to act quickly whenever there's trouble.
Calling car 54, bank robbery at 5th and Main.
The policeman has been thoroughly trained in how to answer such calls. When you hear a siren, you can help by pulling your car quickly to the curb and stopping, or if on foot, by staying on the sidewalk. He is ready to risk his own life to help others. And he knows how to overpower dangerous criminals. Also, he knows the importance of being careful in taking any prisoner.
Gee, Mr. Whoopi, policemen are really great, huh?
Oh, yes, indeed, Chumley. We're very lucky in this country to have so many fine men serving us as police officers.
Okay, Mr. Whoopi, I think we've got all we need for now.
But wait, Tennessee, you can't.
All right, men. We're after a dangerous criminal. Now, we don't have a car radio, so we'll stay by the phone until someone calls about another robbery. Then, we'll rush outside, leap into our police car, and hurry to the scene of the crime.
So he wants a phone call, huh? Well, we'll give him a call, but just watch what happens when he answers it.
Hello? What? Robbery at the Beaver Pond. We'll be right there. All right, Chumley, let her go. Forward! Go forward, Chumley!
I can't, Tennessee. Something's wrong.
Those guys wrecked almost everything in the zoo, and everybody is mad. Just one more trick like that, and Tennessee is out of his job.
And you all be the new police chief.
Right, and I've already taken care of Tennessee's car again, only this time I undid the brakes and the steering wheel. Just watch what happens when they try to take that hairpin curve out there. Hello, Tennessee. This is Jabboa Jump. I am being robbed. You better rush over to my quarters.
Hurry, men! Tennessee Tuxedo will not fail. It's Jabboa Jump's place. Chumley, hurry, but watch out for that curve up ahead. I said turn! Turn!
Won't turn, Tennessee. Not at all. You were wrong, Jabboa. They made the turn.
And they're headed right for us.
The brakes, Chumley, the brakes!
There aren't any, Tennessee. You won't stop.
Look, the stolen monkey trapeze.
Peanuts in the elephant's trunks.
Everything. I might have known. Jabboa Jump and Tiger Tornado, I hereby arrest you for all these zoo robberies.
Gee, Tennessee, when you finally solve a case, you sure do a bang-up job.
Yes, Chumley, you might call this a smash ending.
Summertime. Time for America to enjoy its favorite sport, baseball. It was a tense moment in the big game between the Cowtown Canaries and the Pottsfield Parrots. The Canary pitcher wound up and tossed the ball. And then, suddenly the ball disappeared. Immediately the umpire threw out a new ball. Again, the pitcher tossed the ball. Again, the ball disappeared. In fact, this strange disappearing act continued until finally all the baseballs were gone. The game could not be finished. The fans were outraged. And the same thing was happening everywhere.
Read all about it. No more baseballs anywhere. All games called off.
This was a national emergency, and the nation called on Officer Flynn Flanagan.
Yes, and I'm calling on the Hunter, that I am. So you see how it is, Hunter. With all the baseball games stopped, we've just got to catch the crook.
Must be the work of the fox. Well, I say he won't get to first base.
Yeah, that's a pun, son, I say.
But a short time later, the hunter was hot on the trail of the missing baseballs. I'll strike him out. I'm on the ball. He's way off base. I'll stop him from stealing. Yeah, jokes. I got 1,000,000 of them. I got it. Uh-oh, sounds like a clue.
Believe me, Wally, the guy keeps 10 balls in the air at one time. He's terrific.
10 balls at a time. Where's he playing?
That newest sideshow on Coney Island. You gotta see him.
So, keeps 10 baseballs in the air at once, does he? The fox, no doubt. And I'm on my way to tell him he's out on balls. Like a flash, the hunter reached the Coney Island sideshow and raced down the aisle to the stage. Stop! I say stop the show! Hold on, you wildly clever fox, and take off that disguise. I say stop! Whoa! Help! Hold on! Having discovered that his first clue had turned up only an honest juggler, the hunter wobbled on down the Coney Island midway until he heard...
Step right up, folks. 3 baseballs for a quarter. Win a big prize with 3 baseballs for a quarter. Test your skill, and you got...
Enough of that, son. You're under arrest. Come along with me peaceful-like, or I'll be forced to...
Take your hands off me, Jake, or I'll belch you one.
Falderall, son. I said I'm taking you in, and I am the...
Step right up, folks. 3 baseballs for a quarter. Show 'em with the new funny face.
Brave, strong-willed, and now knot-headed, the hunter moved on, following up on every clue. Meanwhile, only a short distance further up the Coney Island midway, the fox, yes, the crafty fox himself, was putting autographs on the stolen baseballs.
That ought to do it. 1,270,000 baseballs, all autographed. I'll be a millionaire in minutes. Here you are, friends, autographed baseballs. A real souvenir of the once famous sport. They'll be worth a fortune in a few years, so get 'em while they last.
Well, I declare there's a thing worth buying. Now that there's no more baseballs, I'd like to have something to remember the game by. Sentimental, I guess. I say, son, I'll just buy me one of those. I got that.
Look out!
Hunter, once again you've come through. The fox and the baseballs. What is it we can do to show our thanks?
Well, now, just show me the way to go home, son. Those baseballs hit me in the eyes and got me blind as a bat. Yeah, blind as a bat. That's a joke, son. Bat, baseball. Get it, Flanagan? I say, he just doesn't seem to be alert all the time.
In our last episode, King Leonardo, on his way to New Orleans to be king of the Mardi Gras, met Bascom Branchwater, a real southern gentleman, and Frenchy La Shuffle, a real riverboat gambler. Little did he suspect that Bascom and Frenchy were those 2 villainous villains, Biggy Rat and Itchy Brother in disguise. Strange things began happening to the king. He happened to get caught in the paddle wheel. He accidentally got hit with a bale of cotton. When he went downstairs, suddenly there were no stairs. Somehow, despite Biggy and Itchy, he emerged unscathed. But Biggy Rat would not give up.
You're gonna fight a shooting duel with his royalness. Legal-like.
Gee, Big, suppose he shoots me.
He can't, see? The fix is in. His gun won't have any bullets in it.
That evening, King Leonardo and Odie Cologne were invited to have a friendly game of cards.
All right, friends, what's your pleasure?
How about a nice game of fish?
Fish it is. A real sucker game.
They played game after game, and thanks to Biggy's trickery, Itchy always won.
Confound it! Why does Bascom Branchwater always win?
Sounds like he's accusing you of cheating, Bascom.
Yeah, like, where do you get off, man? I mean, sir, accusing me.
Now, wait a minute.
Sir, man, my honor has been wounded, and I like to challenge you to a duel.
Late that night, a worried Odie Cologne, pacing the decks, overheard a suspicious conversation.
Gee, Big, you sure I'm gonna win this duel?
Don't worry. Like I said, there won't be any bullets in Kingsley's gun.
Biggy Rat and Itchy Brother, I must save my king.
The next morning at dawn...
All right, Kingsley, here's your gun.
Just a minute. The king will use his own gun. Loaded.
Hey, Big, none of that. I could get, like, shot. You said it was all...
It's Itchy Brother and Biggy Riot. All right, enough of this fooling around, see? We're gonna have this duel my way.
Jump, Your Highness, jump!
I thought I heard a shot.
Didn't hear a thing, except the crickets.
Oh, yes, crickets. Where's the king and Mr. Cologne?
It was such a nice morning, they decided to walk.
Phew! Ooh, that was a close one. You saved my life, True Blue Odie.
Look, sire. We can hitchhike a ride on one of those quaint canoes. Here comes one now. And he's slowing up.
Oh, thank you, my good man. Whoop! Oh, 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 oh.
And while the King and Odie were making their way to New Orleans and the Mardi Gras, Biggy and Itchy had already arrived. Once again, switching disguises, they convinced everyone that Itchy was really King Leonardo.
That worked like a charm. We finally got rid of kings, for good. After they crown you at the Mardi Gras, you'll go back to Bongo Congo as king. Nobody'll ever know you're not Leonardo.
Yeah, man, those disguises sure like pulled the mane over everybody's eyes.
Meanwhile, the King and Odie had miraculously made it to New Orleans and were doing some fancy disguising themselves. The king as a waiter and Odie as a roast pheasant under glass.
Like, come into my parlor.
Dinner, gentlemen, compliments of the house.
Oh, man, a free eat. Let's at 'em.
It's the king and Cologne.
Well done, True Blue Odie, oh good and faithful servant of the king.
I enjoyed it, sire. You have a magnificent right hook, Your Majesty, if I may say so.
You may. And now, on to the Mardi Gras.
One moment, sire. An unfinished job. There.
Oh, you're so artistic, Odie.
And all's well that ends well. Or is it? Don't miss the next exciting adventure of the King and Odie.
Oh.